in front of my family, I started to defend him and I started to find excuses for him not showing up that were really, really far from the truth. So one last thing for today. I think if I would have realized that, or if somebody had told me back then that that wasn't normal, maybe things would have gone differently. But my ex started to bail on stuff I told you before, when we had family holiday things, whatever. First he would agree to come and then he would find some weird reasons to not come, like his week was really exhausting and he'd rather go out and drink with his friends and get drunk, or he'd rather play basketball. And he always kind of argued that he's so exhausted and that he deserves break and that my family is exhausting and that it's so hard for him to be there. And it was always stuff that made me feel bad in the end. And if I didn't show understanding and empathy, then he'd end up telling me that I don't have empathy. I wanted to study ethics or philosophy back then. And he came in with arguments like, are you sure you want to do that as a job? Because somebody with as little empathy as you have shouldn't be doing that, you know? Of course, that made me feel horrible. But I also felt really, really ashamed towards my family for having a partner treat me like that. So in front of my family, I started to defend him and I started to find excuses for him not showing up that were really, really far from the truth. But it felt better to tell him that than to tell him that he's rather out drinking. So if you find yourself making excuses for your partner and you're unable to confront them with it because they behave the way they do, that might be a sign that you should look at and keep in mind, because you shouldn't feel ashamed for your partner and you shouldn't feel ashamed for having your partner treat you somehow that you can't talk to your family about. Please watch out for that.